Hello and welcome back. My name is Brandon Watson. Today in this video we're going to do a little watch list recap and as well as create another little watch list for us. So if you like any of the information, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below and I'll get back to you ASAP. I certainly appreciate everybody coming out and viewing this. And let's go ahead and get started. So starting off with a BEP. Let's see here, I have this arrow here from the 15th, which means that the next day that we could have played this was going to be on the 19th. We did bounce off of this support that was at around $45, $45.36-ish. Let's see here from the top, or from the bottom to the top is about 9.5 to 10%, 9.5%-ish. So that's not too bad. That's doing decently. We can continue to build up over this 47.80 level and hold. Start to break through this resistance here that was created around $49.92 to about $50. We could potentially start to see that $55 mark. So what is that from here? It's about 12% more. That's not too bad. Be careful, they do have their earnings coming up soon, so that is a notable catalyst just in case it decides to drop off beforehand. Be careful of that. Let's check out, let's see here, AVTR. We had this on a prior watch list sometime around the 27th. And then we had it again on our watch list. I think it was on like the 16th or something like that. So the next day we could have played it was off this 9 EMA, from the 9 EMA to the top, only about 5%. So not too great. Let's see what else we got here. CMRE. CMRE ended up coming down for those 4 days. So you could have bought that support, waited for the support around the 25 EMA. This was the resistance from around January 4th. So we bounced off that support. So we bought off that line. It's about 6.5%. 6.5%. That's not too bad for CMRE. Coming up back onto this 9 EMA, we might be able to climb higher into 952. That's about 8%. So that's doing okay. That's doing okay. We can get from there to about 12. That's another 40%-ish. So there's still a little bit more room. I do like that. I do like that drop down to support with the bounce. So we'll see if that can actually hold or not. Let's check out LEN. We were able to, let's see here, is that the right day? Yep, the 19th. 19th, that's about 12%. Came up off of this this 9 EMA, broke through our first resistance that was built up around the 24th. Hit the next resistance line around $84, trying to test that all-time high. Is that the all-time high? Let's find out on the weekly, monthly. Yeah, looks like it is. Looks like it is. So it definitely has nice consolidation inside of here. We'll see if we can continue to push through and maybe see 100. If we do push through and see 100, that's about another 18%-ish. So we'll see if we can get that. That looks pretty good. I do like that. NNDM was another one. Let's see here. This wasn't one that I really added for my watch list, but it was reviewed just because I know a lot of people were playing it. So that one actually made another 37% over last week. That's really good. That's not too bad. It did break through my resistance line. That resistance line is coming from the support that was made back in 2018. So we'll see if we can start to hold over that. We do have the 200 EMA coming up here. That's about to get tested. That's going to line up. Yeah, that's going to line up right over here from from 2018. We'll see if we start to get that rejection point here. But it's doing pretty good. If we can get back and retest 13.28 and hold, maybe flag out and push up, that would be really good for a continuation. Kind of the way we did right here how we just kind of flagged up, pushed over. We'll see if we can hold that level right up through here and then push through into 18. Otherwise, it's been fairly strong. Just be careful if you're gonna start buying now, because it is pretty high up there. I would definitely wait a few days to make sure we get that consolidation first, and maybe try and buy off the 9 EMA if it comes down to retest it. So we'll see. Moving on to run. Run, I said needed to come down further, which it did. It was going to have to retest this resistance line from the highs, as well as from the open and the close, and sure enough, it did. You can see here, it actually came down, tested that line there at 79.85, bounced up, closed over the highs at 82.35 from that resistance line back then. So that's doing really good. Had you decided to buy that bottom support, rode that up to where it's at now, well, we'll say the close, that's about 10% there. And if you're still holding it, then you're about a little over 8%, depending on how you scaled in. But it's still doing fairly well. We'll see if it can maybe start to bounce off this 82.52 level and then drive into about the 120-ish level. We do have the highs at 100. We'll set another resistance line here, and up to the top of that. Currently is about 13%. So that still has room to run, no pun intended, but it certainly does still have room, and it's been pretty solid so far in its trend. So I definitely think that it still has potential. Let's see here. The next one we're gonna have is VBLT. The first day you could have bought it was off of this support here, about 2.44. Came back, tested that line before bouncing up and coming up to 2.5 before closing. Created a doji here the next day before bouncing up and over. So we'll say, had you bought this support here, start riding that up to the top, that's about 26%. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. And it ended up coming all the way back down to about 2.7. So I don't know, it does have that volatility to tend to close from where it opened up at. So maybe this continues, possibly, but you never know. You never know. Just be careful with that one. It did already make that 20-something% push, so that's really good. If you were in that, let's see, we'll go to LMNL, Liminal Biosciences. Stretch this out here so you can see it a little bit better here on the 15th. So the 19th, the very next day, started pushing up 10.75 about from the bottom. Had you bought the bottom and then rode it up to the close, that's about 7.5%. Had you just waited, let's see, let's check out the 1 hour. Let's set up some lines here real quick. Some support and resistance. We'll draw this from here. We'll draw another one here. And we'll top out here. All right, so we have higher lows, but we also have lower highs. We also have lower highs. Let's take off our extended hours so you get a clearer picture, and we'll go up from here, from the very top, and you can see that we're making lower highs. So it has the potential to go either way, really. I'm actually in this. I have a few shares in there. I'm playing this. I'm trying to see if this actually starts to push up, back up to a 5.5 and higher. Otherwise, I'm going to have to sell out if this starts to consolidate and push back down. Maybe I can find a better price, but so far, like I said, we have higher lows. So that is relatively good news. It's hard to see it with this 200 EMA, but I definitely think that it still has room to push. And from, yeah, I think it has room to push. That's over 100%. And I think this was a FinViz line. Let's open up FinViz real quick. FinViz, December 21st of last year. Yeah, $22. So we'll see. We'll see if that can start to push up to about that $22 mark. That will be quite good if it does, but it's probably going to take some time. So I'm currently in it, holding a few shares, and we'll see if it can push up. Next, we got SGBX. SGBX, the very next day, the 19th, it pushed up immediately. It's about 7 to 11%. That's pretty good. You would have had to have sold out and then bought back in for the 9 EMA or hold through it. But if you would have bought off the 9 EMA once this made higher lows the next day, that's 12% to about 10% if you were still holding it. That's pretty good. And from where we are at now, we still have another about 12% to go to the highs from March 31st. So that one also still has room to go. I think I'm gonna continue to watch that one. I haven't played that one actually, but it looks like it's still forming, bouncing off that 9 EMA, has a solid trend. We'll see if it can push further. This next one, ACOR I did play the very first day on Monday or Tuesday. We went up about 20.5% before coming back down and closing out for 14% for the day. Had you held that, waited for the next day, that would have been about a 24% run. But what I ended up doing was selling out the very first day, or I'm sorry, the next day for some profit, got out, and then I rebought back in on Thursday towards the end of the day because it looked like it was definitely holding certain levels and bouncing off that. Let's see, let's get those extended hours back in. Draw some lines here. And you can see that for sure. It made higher lows, started to bounce and form there. So I was like, why not test out some shares here and see if we can start to ride back up into the 8.5 level, which would be about 18.5% still. And if you're looking at currently to about 8.5, that's about 13%, almost 13%. So it's possible that it still runs. It does have these price targets here from FinViz. I know it was for about $20 and another one for about $35. So that's still a lot of room to run as well. We will see if that can go. And then one ticker that I did alert the group to was TNDM. I alerted them on December 31st. And let's see here. Let's draw some lines real quick. I alerted them on December 31st. But I don't think I put that on a YouTube video. Let's see here. December 31st. 31st is here. So the very next day you could have waited, bought near the support since it held higher, and wrote it up to, let's see, 9.7. Actually, you know what? Let me move over to my other screen because I have a better chart on here. Here we go. Boom. So, all right. I alerted them on the 31st. 31st is here. It came down to this 90.4 level, bounced higher, held through there, came into this zone. That's about 9.7. That zone was created from this resistance that it first created after coming all the way down from its highs, its 52-week highs, and bouncing and creating that first support. So once it came down, actually, you know what, $85 is the support. I alerted them on the 31st, bounced higher, and this is the resistance from that first rally after the drop. So you could have made about 9.7%. It got rejected, so you would have sold out, rebought back in around $90 again after it created that wick and closed over. That would have been, let's see, about 12%. Made another run this last week, and it closed back into that zone. So we'll see if it gets rejected again. That will be the 1, 2, 3, 4th time it gets rejected, or maybe it builds up and starts to push in through up to those other resistance lines. It does have its earnings coming up on the 24th next month, so we shall see. But if you were in the group and you saw that alert, your position would be doing well as long as you bought near the support around $90. So that's not bad. That is not bad. Let's see what else we can find. All right, the first one I want to talk about, let's see, is AROC. It's AROC Inc. I'll draw some lines on here. Let's see here, top. We'll draw the resistance from this high back in on the 24th of last year. That lines up with our resistance that we have over here around, so it's about $9 before it topped out, so it come down to about 8.44. We pushed back up to about 10.36 before coming back to retest that $9 as a support along with the 25 EMA and pushing up and over. That's about 8%. That's a pretty good push. Let's go back to the weekly. We'll extend this line out to the left so you can see that that line we drew on the daily lines up with this support that it kind of formed. We have the 200 EMA with a 9 closing in. We could start to squeeze up and over, or we might possibly get rejected on this weekly. The volume's kind of coming down, so that's a little worrisome. Let's see here. Well, I'm not going to count it out. Let's see, back up to its highs is only about 6.5%. What could possibly happen is it consolidates between this range, which would be nice. And if that's the case, that's about a 13% channel. Otherwise, it might start to push up over this 10.36 level and then push even higher. What I want, though, is for it to consolidate and hold this as a support before pushing through. And then maybe as it builds that support, not buying off the first day, but buying off of second, third, or fourth. Depends on how it looks and the price action, of course. But as long as it builds a support somewhere around these two levels, I wouldn't mind trying to scale in. Maybe let's go back to, let's see here, what would the resistance be after that? Oh, look at that. Just extend that out to the left, and you can see that this is a fairly solid resistance. So we'll see if we can get over it or not. And if we do, let's draw from the top, extend out to the left. I think that's a good possibility. I think this is a good possibility around 11.44. And if not, then maybe 12.81. What does that look like? On the daily from here to the first one at 10.33, that's about 6%. 11.43 is about 17%, and 12.78 is roughly 31%. So that isn't bad as long as the price starts to consolidate and form off of these the support levels, but if not and it starts to break down, well, we could have a head and shoulders form and it just starts to come back towards the $8.750 resistance, and maybe retest that as a support. Otherwise, actually, you know what, we have this level here to come back and retest 8.4. So we'll see. That 25 needs to hold. The $9 level needs to hold, and it's a matter of being a little patient. But let's go and set up a new watch list. What is today? Today is the 23rd. Watch list, and we will add AROC, and we'll see what else we can find. Next one we got is going to be IMGN. IMGN I have been tracking for a long time. I even played it a while back, but I never really got back into it. I do have all these lines here already set. Let's see. So it came through, fell through the 9 EMA. It is possible that it does retest this 25 EMA. Maybe it retests this 6.82 as a support. I do like the wicks that are forming here as the price volume tries to pick back up and buyers don't let it fall too much. But let's see. Do we have any other support? Maybe here. Maybe the highs from here, which would line up with that 25 EMA, like I said. So maybe it does retest the $7 level before bouncing up and through. That's about 11% push to about 28% push. If we can get to about the $8 level to $9. So IMGN, let's fairly decent. Let's check out Finviz. Average price target is 9.44. October 26th of last year is $11 price target, $14 price target. So if we hit that, it was $11 and $14. Well, we'll say just to $11 from where we're at now. That's about a 50% push. And if it ends up coming back down to support and retesting that $7 level to 11, a 56% push. So I like that. It doesn't have to actually go there, but it is possible that it does. It is a biotech, so it has the potential to go wherever it wants, as long as it has the right product and the right attention. So I'm not going to count it out. Let's go back to Finviz real quick. Finviz average volume is 2.49 million. So let's see here. Go back. It's been slowly picking up for the last 3 days, but it's been in a downtrend since whatever happened here. What is this? October 9th. Anything happened on the 9th? Nope. Oh, nope. Let me see. No, not really. There's no actual news that came out that day, at least according to Thinkorswim. So I don't know, but $11 looks good. We'll try it out. We'll see, and we'll continue to see if we can find anything else. Let's move forward. All right, the next one we got is going to be little ATI. I decided to come back to ATI just to see how it did since I first called it out. I think it was around the November or mid-November. Let's see. So far, it's gone up about 40 to 50% since then, and we've built up a little bit of a resistance here. Let's see here. We'll set that up right there. From January 23rd. January 23rd, still holding as a resistance here. Bounced off the 25 as of right now. As long as that holds up to that next resistance line around 18.6, that's about 3%, up to $20. ish is going to be close to 10%. Yeah, $20 is 10.5%. And we've already been there. Let's see, we've already been there since February 20th. So that's not too bad. And we can hit 23.81. That's going to be about a 31% push. That level is coming from the highs of December of 2019 before the large drop. So it's possible that it tries to get back up there. Send that out to the left, and yeah, it might try and get back up there. And if that's the case, it could potentially try and go to 30 over time. But since this is the weekly, that could take some time. But as of right now, it is building back up to its 52-week high around 20.78. So I like it. I like it. It has been climbing nicely. So let's go and add that one to the list. ATI. Just want to check FinViz real quick and see what that looks like. ATI 14.13 average price target, but January 15th had a $25 price target. December 4th of last year at $16.21. So we are underneath those as of right now. If we can hit 16, oh, let me see. Actually, we're not. What was that? 16? 16. Yeah, 16 and 21. So let's see, 16 and 21. We're already above 16, so 21. About 22%. And then I think it was like 25, so about 45%. So it still has room, and it's been trending solid. So I like it. We'll add it. We'll move on. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and add BLDP to the list just because I might play this for a one-day breakout. This is going up into its $38 highs. It looks like it is building higher lows here off the 9 EMA. As long as it pushes forward into 40, it's about 8%. I think it is possible to get that off of a one-day push once we break over 38. What was that? Like an 8% push? That's not bad. Yeah, 8%. So that's definitely doable. I might play that for a 1 or 2 day push. It does look like it is trying to break out quite nicely. So as long as it continues to build through, it could be okay, unless it drops back down, makes higher lows again before the actual breakout. But a little patience never hurts. A little patience never hurts. Just gotta watch the price volume, the price action, and the volume. So we'll see. We will see. BLDR looks nice. Let's try BLDR. BLDR, little resistance right there. Go over to, let's see here, off of the weekly. Yep. All-time highs. Good push. Let's check out FinViz. BLDR 46.71. $50. This was pretty recently, actually. $53. This was all this month. So $50 and $53. Let's see, $50 and $53. Well, we got some room. We got a little room. 18% to 50, and to $53 is about 25%. I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm gonna add BLDR because I like that consolidation, and it's pushing through. It might not push through on Monday, but it might do a little something over some time. Even if it does drop back down to the 25 EMA, I wouldn't mind trying to just load up a few test shares and see if we can push through one more time, although that would be the 4th time. So I'd rather see this third push hold over the $42 level. That would be more ideal. It has its earnings coming up on the 26th. The MACD is starting to cross, and it's above the 0 line, so I like that for the daily. It could be okay, and yeah, it could be all right. I like it. I like it. Let's see what else. That's when we got ENDP, Indo International. Set up our resistance right here. I like that. That's about 6.61. Lines up with the 21st of January, which 6.64 was the lows. We're kind of bouncing off this 25 EMA as of right now, which would put it as a bounce off that 6.6 level as well. So we can push and drive through. Let's see. Back to the highs, about $8-ish from where we're at right now. It's about 15%, 19% back up to the highs for the 52-week high. Let's go out to the weekly. Oh, these lines are extending out nicely. Yep. All right, let's see. This is a support that I bounced from. Could potentially hold this level here. So I like that. Let's do this right here. Resistance line from February 25th, 2019. Kind of lines up with a 200 EMA here. So going back to the daily, from where we're at now up to there, about 62%. 62%. Let's check out Invis. What is this? ENDP. Well, it only has $3 and $7 here. Average price target is 6.27, so it doesn't look too great. I mean, it does have some price targets here for $20, but that was all the way back in 2018. So I don't know. $7 right now. We'll just say $7. What do we got for 7? Well, we're right there at 7. So it's a little risky. But I still like it just because of its a longer term trend. It could take a while, like I said, as long as this weekly holds above the 6.6 level. Maybe we try and build back up towards that 200 EMA, and whether or not we get rejected or not doesn't really matter, because just riding it up to that point for about 50% is still pretty good. Let's check out the monthly real quick. Monthly was back at $100, relatively speaking. Let's extend this line out again to the left, and as you can see here, all the way back in 2001, that resistance, oh, you can't even see it, hold on. Yep, you barely see it, but just because of my screen. But yeah, this resistance right up here comes all the way out on the monthly up to, let's go back to here, and that's where it tops out. So 11.3, all those lines line up all the way back from 2001. So I think that it has a chance of trying to get back there. We will see. Did we add it? Not yet. ENDP moving forward. Real quick, I'll say that LEN still looks good. Go into Finviz. Average price target is going to be 94.65. The last was a downgrade last month on the 18th. $91 is a price target. Let's see here. Let's go back. $91. If it hits 91, it'll probably go to 100, but up to 91 is still about a little over 7%. Up to 100 is about 18.5%. So just the way this consolidates right here is still rather nice. I do like it. We'll see. We can actually drive through and forward. Going over to the weekly. Nope. Going over to the monthly. Nope. So it looks like these are going to be the all-time highs at this level here, 86.8. And if we could push through that, it's been fairly solid ever since its lows, 52-week lows at 25.42, building up, consolidating, respecting its support and resistance quite nicely. So as long as it continues to do so, I do like solid trends, and we'll see. I mean, maybe this can actually push forward and past, past 100. But for right now, this is where we're at, 84.62. Next resistance is 86.8, and then we'll have to take on that $90 level. So I still like it. I still like it, and we'll just go and add that right there. LEN. All right. PHM, I'm gonna add to the watch list. I like the way it's consolidating. It's resistance here around, let's see, February 14th of last year was close to about this 46.82 level. We have highs for 52-week highs around 49.7. We'll add that. So we got to take that on first. But if we can build up between this little channel right here at 46.75 to about 49.50 and then push through, that consolidation could actually play out. FinViz, what do you got, FinViz? FinViz 55.21 average price target. This one has a bunch of upgrades for last year. 49, 53, 54, $60, 57, 59. So we'll see. That looks good. We have room to grow. 53 is 8%, 55 is 12%, 60 is 22%, and you never know, this can actually drive a lot further. So I'm not gonna discount it. Let's see, let's go over to the weekly, no, monthly. Yeah, so it's gonna be pushing for those all-time highs and trying to make even more. Looks like something's being built up here. As long as these levels hold, I think it's gonna be fairly decent. So we'll see. Let me just check FinViz one more time. Average volume is 3.13. Relative volume is picking up 1.33. So yeah, I like it. We'll add it. Keep an eye on it. I'm gonna add run. Just because I think it could still push through into that $120 level. I'm just gonna keep an eye on that one. Run does look decent. It's about 34%, so 16 to 34%. I think it looks good. Just gonna add that RUN. ABEO. Let's set up support. Little support and resistance. I like that. We're testing the 200 EMA right here. On the daily, we can push through up to that resistance. That's about 33%. Where'd that 33% come from? That came 2.83 from this consolidation that formed between May and I can't even do my months right now. What is that, August? Yeah, May and August. Let's set up another one here just in case price decides to go forward and push through that 2.82 level. 55% up to 3.28 if we start to push through. ABEO Therapeutics. ABEO. We'll say ABEO Therapeutics. No idea. What is that? ABEO. Price target. Last one was going to be back in November for $4, $5, $6. We'll see. So, whoa, $4. Let's add that right there. $4. About 100%. Almost 89% from where we're at right now. I like that. Let's go out to the weekly. Stand out some lines. See, so the $4 lines up nicely with this resistance that was over here back in 2019, late 2019. So it is possible that it gets back up there. I like that. Extend that out. This resistance was a little more solid here around 3.24. It price started to build up and push into it, always got rejected and came back down below it. So I would say that median, the median about 3.32-ish, 3.32-ish, yeah, about 55%. So ABEO, it is a smaller price stock at $2.12 currently, but it is a biotech and can definitely come back up. I don't think anybody would mind a 50 to 100% return if it does go back up. Could take some time. Let's see, how long did this take here? This took just over 2 months, so it could take another 2 months. What was that? 131% for 2 months. So it is possible that it takes another month and a half or two just to make another 100% push, but it might be able to make a 50% push within a month. So I do like that. I certainly like that. Let's just draw one more right here. This high back on 4/14 matches with this low back in June on the 11th. 2.62, 2.62, about 22%. So that's pretty decent. That is pretty decent. And as long as we can continue to make higher lows and build up into that 200 EMA and push over, we are set. Otherwise, if it breaks back down and starts making lower highs, that wouldn't be good. It'll retest another level, and I wouldn't like it at that point unless for whatever reason it turns into a channel and consolidates in here for a while. But what would that be? 37% roughly. But that would probably take like 2 or 3 weeks before it comes back down fully and builds a support. So as of right now, I'm going to keep it on there, ABEO, just in case it pushes through the 200 EMA and builds on top of it from here on out. So I like it. Alt, let's check out alt. I haven't actually traded alt in a while. I traded that one from about $7 to close to 10. So it was, I think this was it right here, this day here. Yeah, back in May on the 27th, started to push back higher, but as you can see, it fell through. And after that, I just kind of forgot about it. And it certainly made a a larger push back from that resistance. So that resistance line there before the large push is now forming as a support. Let's see, let's draw a resistance line here. And so we're inside of this channel, 50% channel. From where we are at right now, let's see, 9%, though it's risky buying inside of this middle. If for whatever reason it starts to break up and hold over this $15 level though, maybe we start to go back up towards 21. Let's see. Draw that base right there. Draw this resistance about right here as things start to get rejected and come back down. So we'll see. But if we can get 15.6 and that holds as a support up to 21, that's about 39%. If we can get 27, that's about a 78% push. So it can definitely do it. It can definitely do it. I do like the consolidation that's forming inside of here. So we'll see if it can actually build up and through. But that looks good. I do like that. Let me just double check the weekly. Whoa. Take off this 200. Take off. And let's move this over. Yeah, let's check out that monthly. Whoa. So that top line that we drew, what is that top line? That top line at 27.86 actually lines up right over here with this this support before it kind of fell through and then bound, or that just like teleported straight up. I don't know what happened back then. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter. But as of right now, we know that it is possible for it to get back up there. So at least up to like the $20 level ish from where it's at right now. It does look decent. This consolidation looks nice. Let me check out FinViz real quick. FinViz, let's see, no average price target though, all the way back for last year. We have $13, $50, $80, $31, $28, and $25. So let's say between 25, 50, and 80. 25, 50, and 80. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So yeah, 25, 75%. 50, about a 248% push. 80. 80 would be about 400%. Now that weekly actually does look fairly decent to where it's starting to curl up. So it could take some while since this is on the weekly, but that does sound pretty good. 25, 50, and 80 from where we're at right now. So, you know, I'm going to go ahead and add that one to the list. Let's see. Add that one to the list. Alt. And I think that's going to be the last one. Let's see. We have quite a few here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 opportunities again. Now, it doesn't mean that these are all going to go up. Doesn't mean that any of these are going to go up, but as long as you check it out and watch it near the support, it is possible that it could trend higher. Just be patient, be careful, use risk management. Don't buy resistance unless it's breaking up and over with volume. If you do buy the resistance, make sure you set tight stop losses just in case it comes back down and tries to retest the support. But aside from that, I certainly appreciate you all coming out. I hope these picks work out for everybody. I know what was it, that last opportunity that we had was ACOR that went up about 20% the very next day from the watch list. So I don't know, we'll see. You never really know what happens. Some go up 5% like AVTR, and some go up 20% like ACOR. So thank you all for coming out, and I certainly hope you all enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take care.